Good morning. Welcome to day 17 of 21 days of prayer and fasting. And I wanted to read a passage with us. It's found in Hebrews 12. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a huge crowd of witnesses to the life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up. And let us run with endurance the race God has set before us. We do this by keeping our eyes on Jesus, the champion who initiates and perfects our faith. Because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross, disregarding its shame. Now he is seated in the place of honor beside God's throne. Think of all the hostility he endured from sinful people. Then you won't become weary and give up. There's a lot we could break down on this passage, and a thought I had this morning when I was reading it, and this is for all my runners. I don't enjoy running. I joke with people I'm like a retriever dog. Give me a ball and I can run for miles and all day. But if it's just running on my own, I don't enjoy it. And about 10 years ago, I did a gladiator run. I don't know, it was like 5 miles with like 30-some obstacles along the way. Water and picking up and carrying stuff and jumping on stuff. It was a unique experience, a challenging experience, and I did some training and for it, nothing crazy. But when the gun shot off, my competitive juices started flinging into action, and was able to do decently well. But I was pretty exhausted come the last couple obstacles, and we were in Wichita, Kansas. It's funny because it is flat as flat can be. There's wind, but there are really no hills in Wichita, Kansas. But they created this giant, steep inclined hill as one of our last obstacles. And I actually thought it was our last obstacle. And so I'm running up this hill, and then I'm going down thinking, oh, I'm done. I see the finish line. But then as I get closer to the finish line, I see that there are these giant monkey bars, and not the ones that you had on your playground at school. But I mean, these things are like long. I mean, they're just, I don't know. Maybe this is the fisherman's tale in me. It felt like a basketball court length of monkey bars over water. It probably wasn't that long, but it was just long. And then you're tired. You've been carrying stuff. You've been jumping stuff. Your muscles are tired. You're mentally tired. And I'll never forget this image. But I had this guy. He's just this huge buff dude just yelling, "Don't give up. You can do this. You're almost done. Do you see the finish line? Your mom's so proud of you." And I'm like, oh, man, okay, I'm going to finish this race. And, I remember finishing. It was great. And even to this day, there's kind of a sense of pride, of accomplishment. Like, yeah, I did that. That was really neat. And the finish line is near on these 21 days, right? I hope this has been a refreshing and a time of renewing of your spirit. But I imagine there's probably been some difficult moments along the way. If I just in a moment of full transparency, the first couple weeks from the get-go have been just a really challenging time. Nothing really terrible going on. But just in every front, it's just a sense of heaviness in my own life. And, I just don't know what else to really do, but just keep on going, keep on trusting. So that's just what I've been doing. And just leaning in, trying to pursue the voice of God. And yesterday, just from about 2 to 3 weeks of just heaviness in my own life and just kind of dealing with stuff, just woke up with a sense of feeling renewed and just feeling God's presence near me. And I think this is what the author in Hebrews is talking about. Like, life is difficult, life is hard. You probably felt a sense of just, at times, maybe even in this 21 days, a sense of overwhelming pressure. Maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's like I'm not enough, maybe it's whatever. And it can be so easy to stop. It can be so easy to get tired and weary. But this author is saying we run the race with endurance. And how we run this race? By keeping our focus on Jesus. And I know that's cliche. I know that's church talk. But as I reflected this morning, like, what has been the theme that I've learned? What is something that I've learned? The words of wisdom. And it's really nothing, worth paying millions of dollars to find out. But what I've learned is that you just got to pursue Jesus. Like, that's just the most important thing. It doesn't mean things all of a sudden magically get easier. But it just means there comes a time along this journey where God just speaks to us and it becomes so clear. I think he speaks to us throughout the whole time. But there's just a point in time where we start to hear him clearly. And so for those who are tired, those who are weak, those who feel like they can't keep on any longer, press on. There's going to be a time where God's voice is clear to you, and don't give up. He's there. He's running beside us, and he's done it. He's gone beforehand, as we read in Hebrews 12. He went beforehand. He endured the cross. And we can do this, not on our own strength, but with the power of his Spirit. And so I just want to encourage you. And the last thing I want us to do is I just want you to reflect. He mentions in Hebrews, or she, we really don't know who the author is of Hebrews, that to strip off any weight that is slowing you down or weighing you down. And the author mentions sin. And I want us to reflect, is there any sin in our life that could be slowing us down? Slowing us down, that's dragging us down, that's weighing us down, that's keeping us from finishing this race. Maybe take a few moments this morning, or whenever you do this devotion, to think about your life, reflect on your life, and just to give it to God. Just lay it all out there. And if you're so bold, maybe find a person or two in your life who you trust, and just say, hey, I want you to know this. Maybe you don't know this. I am dealing with this sin. I gave it to the Lord, but I want you to be praying for me. If you would take that bold step, I believe God's gonna honor you in that. Well, I hope you know you're loved. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing and being with you on day 18. Have a wonderful day. God bless.